I have spent the last few months testing every single AI motion graphics and video generation tool on the market so you do not have to waste your time or hard-earned money. In this breakdown, I am going to walk you through my absolute favorites, what actually works, and how I integrate them into a real professional creator workflow. The cool, stylized motion clips you see on screen right now were not created by a motion designer with a decade of experience. I whipped most of them up from simple text prompts or by feeding in a single image, taking seconds to generate instead of hours of manual labor. So, let me show you the best tools and how I combine them with a streamlined workflow that makes content creation significantly less painful. And yes, you will find trial links in the video description so you can try all of these tools yourself. First up, let's talk about Hira, which a lot of creators are already using because it is fast, template-rich, and incredibly easy to use. I tested it by creating a quote animation, typing a quick prompt, and hitting create, and within seconds I had a perfectly animated result. The two things I love most are that you can change the aspect ratio on the fly for shorts or long form, and the canvas is fully interactive. It is essentially like having Photoshop meet After Effects, but with a much friendlier and more accessible interface. That said, here is not perfect, and my first render of the quote lasted 15 seconds, which felt a bit slow for a quick social clip. However, you can tweak the duration instantly, and if the timing still feels off, you can just tell the chat to make it snappier. This level of interactive control is massive because most generative tools just give you one shot and leave you stuck with the result. Where here really shines is the template marketplace, where people have built professional graphics for map highlights and product promos. I used a satellite map template to highlight Finland, typing a prompt to show the globe zooming into the country, and finally to the city. The workflow is hands-on and predictable, which is great if you want creative control without doing the heavy lifting yourself. The downside is that if you are a heavy user, the prompt-based plans can get expensive quickly if you are iterating a lot. My tip is to pick the unlimited or highest prompt tier if available. Otherwise, you will find yourself constantly throttled. Next, I tried OpenArt, which is a different beast entirely because it focuses on generating start and end frames to morph between them. The results can be stunningly beautiful, and these models often include impressive sound effects and cinematic transitions right out of the box. But OpenArt has limitations, especially since the AI may invent geography if you do not provide very specific reference images. It is also notoriously bad at long-form text and images, often replacing your taglines with nonsense or wonky artifacts. So while OpenArt is amazing for artistic visuals, it takes more work to get reliable, brand-consistent results. Then I checked out Hunin, which launched a prompt-based motion designer that feels very template-first and incredibly polished. I tested a terminal window style animation and it nailed the look, making it feel like something a pro would make in After Effects. One limitation is the small template library, so you are somewhat boxed into specific visual directions. However, Hunin is brilliant at taking your own assets, like a logo, and animating them with subtle reveals and professional motion. If you want reliable, brand-safe motion graphics that are polished and fast, Hunin is a very compelling choice. So where does Vizard come into this picture, especially since it is an AI video editor rather than a motion graphics generator? Vizard's sweet spot is taking your long-form podcasts or webinars and finding the exact moments that will perform well as short, viral clips. I blend these tools by using Hira or Hunin for stylized elements, and then using Vizard to stitch those moments together and handle the heavy publishing. My workflow is to upload raw footage to Vizard, let the AI scan for high engagement moments, and it automatically drafts clips for me. Then I can quickly drop in an animated intro or a map highlight that I generated in Hira or Hunin to spice things up. Instead of manually editing for every platform, Vizard automates the aspect ratios and trimming, optimizing content for TikTok or Reels instantly. The bit I cannot overstate is that Vizard also automates the scheduling, so you no longer have to export and upload videos one by one. For creators who want to scale their content without hiring an entire editing team, this is an absolute game changer. When you compare costs, Hira, or OpenArt are creative, but Vizard is built for volume, automation, and consistent publishing. For most independent creators, Vizard ends up being far more efficient and cheaper in the long run because you are paying for an engine, not just a generator. In my tests, I took a 40-minute interview, let Vizard pull 18 strong segments, and added my custom motion overlays in under an hour. Doing that same process manually would have taken me days, but this system turned a massive interview into a whole batch of platform-ready content. Even if you want cinematic visuals, you can generate frames in OpenArt, morph them, and bring them into Vizard to perfectly time them to your audio. There are some caveats, like if you need hyper-specific motion or pixel-perfect typography, which you should still add as a clean layer in your editor, but for social-first content like clips, quotes, and teasers, this combination of AI tools works unbelievably well. My recommendation is to stop over-investing in one-off flashy pieces and start investing in a system that lets you churn out high-quality content reliably. Use Hira or Hunan to craft your reusable motion assets, then let Vizard handle the heavy lifting of finding moments and scheduling posts. I have put all the trial links in the description so you can try this exact workflow today. If you want to see a step-by-step tutorial on how I upload a full hour-long podcast and turn it into a month of content, drop a comment below. I am happy to dive deeper into the technical side if you think that would help you grow faster.